Man, T.I. really did what no one saw coming. He got married again, and it wasn't to Tiny. Yeah, that's right. The whole internet is losing its mind after reports came out saying T.I. secretly tied the knot with Shekinah Joe, Tiny's former best friend turned biggest enemy. If that sounds crazy, it's because it is. This whole situation feels like a reality show that jumped straight out of control. The big question now is, how did Tiny's longtime husband end up walking down the aisle with the same woman who once called her fake and delusional live on Instagram? Who leaked those wedding photos that were supposedly hidden on a burner phone? And why are people saying the marriage was kept under wraps for nearly 6 months? Fans are calling it the most disrespectful twist in hip-hop relationship history. Tiny's friends say she completely broke down after seeing the leaked wedding footage. T.I. hasn't said a word, but Shekinah, she's out here flaunting rings, designer clothes, and a brand new attitude like she just won the lottery. But this story isn't just about gossip. It's about betrayal, loyalty, and karma, all mixed into one messy headline. Let's rewind for a second. Tiny and Shekinah weren't just friends back in the day, they were inseparable. They laughed together, worked together, and had each other's backs through everything. But fame, jealousy, and a few harsh words tore their friendship apart. Remember those emotional Instagram lives where Shekinah cried and said Tiny used her? That wasn't acting, that was real pain. People close to both women said T.I. used to step in to keep the peace, but now some are wondering if he was doing more than just mediating. According to insiders, things between him and Shekinah started around 2023 at a charity event in Atlanta. They arrived separately but left together, no security, no cameras, just them. A few months later, Shekinah vanished from social media, claiming she needed time to work on herself. Fans thought she was in therapy. Turns out, she might have been in premarital counseling. Then came the bombshell. Someone found an old iCloud backup with photos labeled Birmingham trip. The pictures showed Shekinah in a white dress and T.I. in a beige suit standing by what looked like a backyard altar. Only 3 people were there, a preacher and 2 witnesses. The ring on Shekinah's finger. It looked suspiciously like Tiny's old anniversary band. When those photos leaked online, the internet exploded. Hashtags like #TinyDeservesBetter and #ShekinahExposed started trending immediately. Some fans refused to believe it, calling it fake. Others swore they recognized the preacher from an Atlanta church known for keeping celebrity secrets. Meanwhile, Tiny stayed quiet. But silence sometimes says more than words. Sources say she locked herself in her studio for days, deleting pictures and ignoring calls. She was heartbroken. Friends said she kept repeating, "He wouldn't do this to me, not with her." But deep down, she knew something was wrong. Months before the leaks, Shekinah was suddenly wearing expensive jewelry she'd never worn before, diamond chokers, Cartier bracelets. When asked who bought them, she laughed and said, "Let's just say I got my own T.I." Nobody realized she meant that literally. As the drama unfolded, someone sent the photos to a gossip page under the email atlanticsecrets@protonmail.com. Within hours, every blog had them. And not long after, people discovered legal records suggesting T.I. had filed a private marriage document in Alabama. The spouse's name was hidden, but the initials matched Shekinah Joe. When a reporter asked the courthouse about it, they said, "Some celebrity filings are sealed for privacy." That's basically code for, "Yeah, it's real, but we are not saying it." When Tiny saw the proof, she allegedly fainted. Paramedics were called, and someone even leaked footage of her being carried out. It was heartbreaking. Fans flooded her comments with love while others reminded her of her own past controversies. The internet can be cruel. Today's victim is tomorrow's villain. Through all this, T.I. stayed completely silent. No statements, no denials. Just one cryptic Instagram story. What's done in silence will speak loudest. And boy, it did. Then things got darker. A video leaked, clear as day, showing T.I. and Shekinah at the altar. He's smiling, she's crying, and the crowd cheers as she says, "I've waited my whole life for this." But fans noticed something wild. T.I. still had Tiny's initials tattooed on his hand. The internet lost it. Memes flooded timelines. Even Love and hip-hop producers were reportedly discussing turning the whole mess into a special episode. But then, a twist, people spotted a woman standing in the corner of the video, filming. When the clip was slowed down, viewers swore it was Tiny herself, disguised and recording the entire ceremony. A source later claimed Tiny had been tipped off 2 days before and drove down in disguise to see it with her own eyes. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, financial records surfaced. Large payments were made from one of T.I.'s companies around the same date as the wedding, labeled Venue Deposit and Event Consulting. The consultant's initials, S.J., fans did the math, and it added up perfectly to the cost of a luxury lodge rental. Meanwhile, Shekinah was acting brand new online, posting selfies, showing off her ring, and writing captions like "God's timing is perfect." Later, she went live and said, "People saying I stole somebody's man. You can't steal what's already gone. And yes, I'm a wife. God knows my heart." That was it, confirmation. Within minutes, blogs had reposted it everywhere. But the chaos didn't stop there. Another document appeared showing T.I. visiting an Alabama courthouse, but the witness signature read Harris T. Fans started speculating, was Tiny involved in this somehow? Or was it part of a bigger stunt gone wrong? Rumors spread that the three of them were filming a reality show about healing broken friendships. Maybe the wedding was supposed to be staged for that show, but things went too far. The production company denied everything, of course, but leaked NDAs told a different story, mentioning symbolic ceremonies for emotional authenticity. So was it real, or just a fake setup for TV? Nobody knows for sure. Still, sponsors dropped T.I., radio stations pulled his ads, and his public image took a massive hit. Behind the scenes, lawyers were moving fast. Tiny's team started digging to see if the marriage was legal so she could freeze his assets. At the same time, Shekinah reportedly hired her own attorney, saying she had proof of their union, a handwritten note from T.I. promising to take care of her forever. And then came the final twist. A secret video titled "Vows Alternate Cut" leaked online. It showed T.I. whispering to someone off camera, "Make sure Tiny sees this." That one line flipped everything. Suddenly, it wasn't about love or betrayal, it was about revenge. Because if that clip was real, then this whole wedding wasn't a mistake. It was a message. Shekinah looked happy and glowing, but if you paid attention, her eyes told another story. She seemed nervous, glancing behind the camera, just before a producer's voice said, "We are rolling. Keep the vows short." That single moment confirmed everyone's suspicion, the wedding wasn't real. It was staged for cameras. But for what? Some said it was for closure. Others believed it was for a reality show that never aired, because it was too messy to release. As the vows played, laughter from the crew could be heard. Then the screen went black with the words "Scene 12B Birmingham set wrap." The internet exploded. Fans argued over whether it was real or fake. Hashtags #Scene12B and #TI Final Cut went viral, and people began analyzing every frame like detectives. Things got worse when a whistleblower stepped forward, claiming the whole wedding was part of an experiment. The insider said T.I. came up with the idea himself, to film people seeking forgiveness through chaos. The shocking part? Shekinah didn't know it was fake. She believed the ceremony was spiritual and real, not a setup for a show. Once that leaked, everything changed. People turned on T.I., calling him manipulative. Shekinah disappeared from social media, posting only one message: "Played myself trusting the wrong soul." Tiny later broke her silence, saying softly, "Some things don't need my words. God already handled it." Her calm response made fans see her as the one who suffered in silence. Soon after, reports said sponsors dropped T.I., networks pulled back, and lawyers started circling. Rumors even mentioned the FBI investigating fake companies linked to the production. In the end, no one knew what was true. Was it a marriage or a setup? A love story or a trap? Maybe both, because in this business, truth isn't told. It's produced.